My name is Rob Gokee. I'm the composer of New Adventures of Peter and Wendy. I'm originally from Los Angeles. I grew up in Rosemead, which is just south of Pasadena. One thing I did when I was a kid, probably around 7 or 8 years old, I held my own Olympics with the kids in the neighborhood. I actually made little medals that we won. I designed all the courses all across the neighborhood. I got like 12 kids to all participate. It was a lot of fun. I don't have the medals anymore, unfortunately. I liked being in jogging club as a kid when I was like 3rd grade, and maybe like the high jump because I was always taller than normal. So I had long legs. It was easy for me to do hurdles or jumping. I remember when I was in grade school wanting to be an astronaut for a long time, and then there was a point of time where I switched up and decided I wanted to be an archaeologist because of Indiana Jones. However, then I realized archaeologist jobs are actually really tedious and boring, and I had changed my mind. But for a long, long time, I was an astronaut. When I was around 15 years old, I got my first guitar. I think it was $50. I bought it from a friend, and he sold me this tiny amp, and I walked them home from school. And so I've been playing instruments since then. When I got to the point of college and I realized I wanted to do something in music, I just didn't know what it was. It was around the time that Buffy the Vampire Slayer was on, and I was watching Buffy and realized, wait a minute, somebody has to write this music that's playing underneath, that's score, the stuff that's not songs. That's a job. Why do I not have that job? And so I did some research and looked it up and immediately thought, well, that's what I got to do. And didn't realize that was my course of action. My vision for the score for Peter and Wendy was a combination of fun and heartwarming music. The seasons are both very different, and I feel like the score changed over the course of seasons 1 and 2. In season 1, it was a lot more playful, and we had very touching moments with Wendy and with Peter, with the exception of the finale. Season 2 was a much darker season, so I felt like I got to, even in the comedy parts, the things with Hook, we got to explore a much darker tone, and there were a lot more dramatic moments in season 2 where things were going not so well for everybody. It's a little of everything, but in the case of New Adventures of Peter and Wendy, I will read the script before anything's ever shot, so I've got an idea of what it's going to be like, and I'm kind of working out the music in my head. But it's the visual. It's being able to see it for the first time, and where I'm watching it on a loop over and over again and trying to figure out what the scene is saying to me musically. So it's really, a lot of it falls on the actors and the director and the writing. It's the way that everything is being played when I'm watching it. One of the things we did for the show is we tried to pair specific instruments with characters. For instance, Peter was the acoustic guitar and Wendy became more of the piano. In that Wendy's themes were a little bit more grounded and classy because Wendy is, and Peter's were more aloof and carefree, and so the guitar kind of gave a very different feel than the piano, and I would blend them together when we had scenes with them where they were in the same room together, or there was potential love scene, and we found a way to work them into combining them. And then Hook, for instance, had like an oboe. With Hook, we kind of went much darker. We wanted an instrument that was deep and a little bit shorter and booming, and something that fit his personality. And Michael's music was all over the place.